الحمد لله رب العالمين العاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين. اللهم صل على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين. ثم أما بعد. الحمد لله على نعمة الإسلام والسنة. All praise and thanks belong to Allah for guiding us to Islam and for guiding us to the Sunnah. We continue taking some points of benefit from the tremendous letter that Imam Ibn Qayyim he wrote to one of his brothers. Let us, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, open this sitting by going back over the dua so that we can reacquaint ourselves with the supplication that we are extracting benefits from. Imam Ibn Qayyim, he said, Allahul mas'ul al-marju al-ijaba an yuhsina ila al-akh ala ad-din في الدنيا والآخرة وينفع به ويجعله مباركا أينما كان. He says Allah is the one who we ask and we put our hopes in that He will answer this request, this dua, this supplication to be good to the brother Ala-ud-Din in this world and in the next, and that He make him a source of benefit. He benefits by way of him, and that He makes him blessed wherever he may be. This is the dua that Imam Ibn Qayyim he began with. Now this dua, bila shakk bila rayb, we see in it love, compassion, gentleness, naam, so on and so forth. And this is tremendous. The Fadilatul Shaykh Sulaiman al-Ruhaili, he mentions, he says, ولا شك أن الرفق توفيق للناصح وللمنصوح. He said, undoubtedly, being gentle and being easy, then this is a success that Allah Ta'ala He has given to the one who is given the advice and for the one who the advice is being given to, for the advisor and for the one who is being advised. Now, that both of them are soft and gentle and easy, then this is what? This is success being granted from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, because the advice, it is easily accepted, or more easily accepted, we should say, when it comes forth in a good manner, and the advice has a more probable chance of being accepted if the one who is given the advice is also ease, and he is at ease and gentle when receiving the advice, not harsh and defensive and so on and so forth, but they are open and they are easy to hear the advice and hear what you have to say. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. This is a success from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. This is what the ideal situation. Now, and we must say also that this is the origin. The origin when giving advice is to be gentle, is to be easy. It's not to be harsh, it's not to be rough. That's not the origin. As we will come to see, the Shaykh, he says, ما لم يقتضي الشرع خلاف ذلك. Now, he says, as long as the legislation does not require and necessitate other than that, meaning that we are gentle and we are easy, unless it's a situation that requires harshness. Now, this is the way of the people of the truth, is that they utilize gentleness in the place of gentleness, and they utilize harshness in the place of harshness. So when it's time to be harsh, they're harsh unapologetically, okay? But when it's not time to be harsh, then they're what? Then they're gentle. So it's important for us to know and to understand this fact, is that the target is that we're shooting to be gentle. Now, if the situation flips upon his head and it requires that we are harsh, then we're harsh, okay? But other than that, then we are gentle. So the Shaykh, he mentions, he says, لأن المنصوح يستفيد من النصيحة إذ ذاك. He says, because if the one who was given the advice, he gives the advice in a gentle and in a good manner, he said, then the one who was being advised, he will benefit from this. When that is the case, when that is the situation, when that is the scenario, then they will benefit from the advice that is being given. Shaykh Sulaiman, he goes on and he says, وانظر إلى هذه الكلمات التي بدأ بها ابن قيم رحمه الله تعالى كيف ملئت رحمة. Now he says, so look at these words that Imam Ibn Qayyim he began this advice with. Look how they are filled with mercy. Now he says in his statement, Allahul Mas'ul al-Marjuh, that Allah Ta'ala, He is the one who we ask and that we put our hope in. He says, meaning, يعني أسأل meaning that we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. نعم, that we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وأدعو Allah, and that we supplicate only unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. نعم, وأرجو Allah, and we hope, and our hope is connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Na'am, because Allah ta'ala is the only one who answers the dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who we make dua unto. So he says that I'm making dua, meaning I'm asking Allah and putting my hopes in Allah ta'ala that what? And yuhsina lak, that he would be good to you. That he will be good to you. Na'am. The Shaykh, he says, وَلَمْ يَذْكُرْ المتعلق الإحسان ليعم الإحسان. He says, and he did not connect something specific to be good to you in, meaning not be good to you in this particular thing, that Allah is good to you in your pursuit of knowledge, that Allah is good to you in your family affairs, that Allah is good to you in your business. He didn't mention anything specific. He just said that Allah is good to you. Okay, so by saying that, then he is making this general, that Allah Ta'ala is good to you generally, what? In every aspect of your life, in your family life, in your pursuit of knowledge, in your business, into the end of it, that Allah Ta'ala, he is good to you, period, generally. Now, across the board. في الدنيا وفي الآخرة, in this world and in the next. So his expression, it was as if he said, As'alullah an yuhsina laka fi dunya wal akhirah. It's as if he said, I'm asking Allah. Okay, this is what is meant by his statement, is I'm asking Allah that he be good to you in this world and in the next. Now, so the best of this world, the very best of this world, the best of the next, the very best of the next. This is what I'm asking that Allah Ta'ala, he gives you. Now, when you reflect upon that, then you see that what? This is a tremendous dua, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he be good to each and every one of us. Naam, that Allah ta'ala, that he is good to everyone who hears my voice, that he is good to them in this world and in the next. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is good to you in this world and in the next, there is no way possible that you can lose. No, it's not possible. You will win. You will be a winner. There is no way possible that you will lose. Now, it's important for us to understand and to remember that, and that we constantly connect ourselves to the Lord of everything. That we connect ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we put our hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We put our striving is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything we do is fi sabilillah. That we are constantly remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Shaykh, he was on and he says, وَالْإِحْسَانِ مِنَ اللَّهِ لِلْعَبْدِ يَجْمَعْ الْخَيْرِ كُلَّهُ. He says, and Allah being good to the slave, then this means that he would combine everything that is good and give it unto him. Everything that is good is for him. فقال, so he said, أن يحسن إلى الأخ على الدين وسماه باسمه. He said, and that he is good to the brother على الدين, and he named him. نعم, he named him. نعم, وهذا تحبب. And this shows what? Love. Now, because he could have said that Allah is good unto you, and yuhsina ilayk. He could have said that, but he didn't say that. He said, and yuhsina ila al-akh ala al-din. He said, in that he is good to the brother ala al-din. Now, and this shows what? Love. This shows love. It shows a familiarity. Now, it shows that what? That he knew him, that he's speaking to him, that this is from love and compassion. So it shows that the love, وَتَلَطُّفْ, and it shows the compassion. نعم, وَهِيَ أَوْكَعْ فِي النَّفْسِ مِمَّا لَوْ قَالْ أَن يُحْسِنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. He says, and this, what he said to him, is more beautiful to the person, to the soul. نعم, it's more beautiful to the soul, and it's like a connection, and it means more than if he were just to say that Allah is good unto you. نعم, مع أنه صحيح والبليغ. He said, even though if you were to say أن يحسن الله إليك, then this is correct. It's a correct statement, and it's a very eloquent statement. But he didn't say that. He said أن يحسن إلى الأخ Ala-ad-Din. He said, but that he is good to the brother Ala-ad-Din. Naam. And this expression here, by naming him, it shows more love. It shows more love, and it shows more compassion. More love, and it shows more compassion. And then he goes on to say, ثُمَّ زَادَ. Then he goes on to say, وَزَادَهُ رحمه الله تعالى, يعني دعاء. Then he goes on to extend his supplication and add on to it by saying, بأن ينفع الله به, that Allah Ta'ala, he makes him a benefit, وأن يجعله مباركا أينما كان, and that he makes him blessed wherever he may be. فالعبد, نعم, the slave, if he is given the like of what Imam Ibn Qayyim, he asks for his brother Ala-ad-Din to receive from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then all of his affair will be taken care of. All of his affair will be taken care of. Naam. فَبَعْدَ أَنْ دَعَ لَهُ أَنْ يُحْسِنَ اللَّهِ إِلَيْهِ. So after he made dua that Allah Ta'ala, he is good unto him. Naam. وَهَذَا نَفْعٌ لَهُ. And this is a benefit for him. That Allah Ta'ala is good to him. This is a benefit for him. دَعَ لَهُ بِأَنْ يَكُونَ خَيْرُ الَّذِي فِيهِ مُتَعَدِّيًا بأن ينفع الله به هو. نعم. After he asked that Allah Ta'ala be good to him, because that, it stops with him as a person, it stops with Ala-ad-Din. He just didn't ask that Allah be good to you and you alone, but then he asked that Allah make you a source of benefit for others, so that the good that Allah Ta'ala gives you, then now it will transcend and it will benefit other people. It won't just stop with you, but Allah Ta'ala gives you a good that is so, what do you say? It is so great, it's so magnificent that it transcends just benefiting you, and it benefits those who are around you, those who you come into contact with. Now, that it extends unto others. فَالْخَيْرُ لَيْسَ مَقْصُورًا عَلَيْهِ. So the good that he asked for was not a good that was restricted to him and him alone. بَلْ خَيْرُهُ مُتَعَدِّ. بخيره متعد إلى الغير. But his good is that which will benefit and go on to help others. وهذا من تمام الخير للإنسان. And this is from the completion of good for a person, that they themselves benefit and then they become a source of benefit for others. And يكون من أهل الخير في ذاته, that he is from the people of good himself. ناشرا للخير finnas, and he also extends good and he gives it to the people. He shares it with who? With the people. And this is the point that we all have to strive to learn, that we have to strive to benefit ourselves and to become good ourselves. Naam, to become righteous, to become wholesome ourselves, and then that we strive our best to benefit those who are around us, so that we become sources of good, spreading good upon good, spreading good. Okay? So I want you to reflect now, dear listener. I want you to reflect on how you could accomplish some of this in this modern time. As far as you being good, that doesn't change. You have to be good. It was like that in every time. What was required upon the Salaf to be good, that's what is required upon you to be good. Okay, so you have to be good, full stop. But then you should share good. You should spread good, spread the khair. How can you as an individual, everybody who's listening to my voice, listen, I'm telling you right now, you have the ability to spread good. You have the ability to be a spreader of good. You do. Now, everybody. How is that? Person to say, Kaif, how can I do that? Very easily. You take that social media that you have, whatever platforms that you are upon, and you do what? You start posting some ayat. You post some ayat with the translation. Naam. You post some ahadith with the translation. You post the statements of the Sahaba, the statements of the Salaf, the statements of the ulama of the religion. You start to spread good. Instead of posting what you ate today, instead of posting where you're at right now, instead of posting whatever comes to your mind, it is good that you post and you spread the teachings of the Deen of Al-Islam, so that those who are upon good, they can be reminded and benefit. Those who don't know, then they could learn. And also that you become a beacon of good, so that those who are looking for the good, if they run into you, then they have found some of the good they're looking for. So it'll be a source of da'wah to the non-Muslims. When they see, look, these Muslims, they're spreading khair. These Muslims, they don't even use social media like everyone else. Subhanallah. Now, imagine if this becomes the case in the world, where people say that the Muslims don't even spread social media. They don't even use social media like everybody else. If I want to learn about Islam, now, then there's Muslims online who are telling me where the masajid are. They're posting, there's a masjid here. Whoever lives in this particular area, there's a masjid here. These are the times that they give classes. If you're interested in learning more about Islam, then go and see the imam of that masjid, Ustad so-and-so. You understand? Imagine if you had tags on your, if you had social media posts like this and you put a tag and everybody want to learn, they can look and see, oh, I'm in New York, where can I go to learn about this? Oh, Masjid Nurullah, with Ustad, our beloved brother Abu Yusuf Khalifa. Now, for example, right? Or they're in, wherever the case may be, they're in some place and they say, oh, where can I go? And they can easily find it. Now, so you become a source of good. Now, if somebody were to learn about the classes from you, and they go and they benefit from the class, you know what happens? You'll get the reward too. You get reward because you pointed people to good. Okay? And this is just an example. So utilize that as a frame of reference and an example. Okay? So we have to strive and really reflect on the manner in which Imam Ibn Qayyim, he spoke to his brother, and also what he asked Allah to give unto his brother. It's tremendous. Now, so let us be mindful in how we speak to each other. Let us be mindful in exactly what we say. Let us strive to benefit each other in the most optimal way. Okay? So it is important that we reflect and we sit back and we think, we adjust and we pivot where we need adjustments and where we need to pivot, so that we are constantly improving and becoming better versions of ourselves, as they say. Okay? إلى اللقاء. Until next time we meet. استودعكم الله. هذا فأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولجميع المسلمين فاستغفروه والحمد لله رب العالمين.